Here's your WNEM TV5 News Update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Colette Boyd. Here's a look at the top stories we're following today.
First, I wanted to verify that that's true, that you're unable to reach a verdict as a panel.
Correct.
Okay. And so what I'm going to do is declare a mistrial in this case, and that means that you're all discharged.
The trial of a Michigan police officer charged with second-degree murder in the fatal shooting of a 26-year-old man ending in a mistrial. The jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict on Thursday. Christopher Schur, a former officer with the Grand Rapids Police Department, shot and killed Patrick Lyoya, a Congolese immigrant, back in April of 2022. Lyoya was lying face down underneath Schur when the officer shot the 26-year-old in the back of his head. Schur's attorneys argued he acted in self-defense after Lyoya resisted arrest. Well, the state of Michigan awarding the city of Saginaw $1 million in grants through the Michigan Economic Development Corporation's Revitalization and Placemaking Program. The grant funding will be used to continue the work on the Riverfront Park. Some of the plans for the park include water access, recreational amenities, and fishing spots along the river. Other plans include connections to the Iron Belt Trail and creating a gateway to connect surrounding neighborhoods to the riverfront. The Consumers Energy Foundation announcing today the donation of $50,000 to 3 organizations in northern Michigan. The grants will be going to the Community Foundation for Northeast Michigan, the Otsego Community Foundation, and the Petoskey Harbor Springs Area Community Foundation. This money is to help with disaster relief efforts following the historic ice storm back in March, where more than 1 inch of ice coated most of that area. Now here's Stone with your first alert forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Colette. Well, we have a cooler day. That's all with the help of a northeast wind, and that could end up giving us some colder temperatures tonight. Now, looking at our temperatures right now across the board is showing areas in the upper 30s, lower 40s. As you move to the west, you do start to see more mid to upper 40s and a few lower 50s starting to get splashed in there down to the south and to the west. We do have a few more degrees to warm up today, but it's not by much. And cloud cover, if it continues to stay like it is, in some areas you may end up being cooler than the highs were anticipated. Now, lows for tonight are going to drop. Clear skies allow for this, and that northeast wind, we're going to be looking at mid to lower 30s to the south, and then mid to upper 20s up there to the far north. And that is why the National Weather Service has issued a freeze warning for counties, really the Bay North for tonight. This is going to be midnight to 9 a.m. and then a frost advisory for counties in the down to the south. We again are anticipating temperatures to get to those lower 30s to the upper 20s. Frost will develop in many areas. You'll have freezing chances for many areas, especially to the north. So if you have sensitive outdoor plants, make sure you're covering them up if you can, or bringing them inside because these colder temperatures can cause harm to those sensitive plants and vegetation as we get through the night. Now, it's nothing long term. I think that's the one good thing. It's not going to be a multiple days of the frost and freeze. It's only one night. That's tonight, because by tomorrow night, we're back into the 40s. Saturday night, we're seeing 40s, and then as we exit the weekend, we'll get 50s and 60s as a warm-up is on the way as we enter next week. And what we already start to see temperatures recovering even into tomorrow afternoon, where we're going to be seeing highs from the lower 50s all the way into the mid to upper 60s, a little bit warmer out there towards 127 for our Friday. Now, winds have been noticeable over the last couple of days. I know some people have been just wanting relief from those winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. You're not really going to get it, at least today. Now, through tonight and tomorrow morning, winds do calm down and should stay relatively calm through much of our Friday. Now, a cold front does look to move through the state Saturday, could pick up our wind gust once again. Now, Sky Tracker, just some light clouds right now are really starting to move away, especially up there to the north. So more areas are starting to see that sunshine, and that will be the case here. By 2 p.m., much of the region will have sun. Will be dry through the rest of our Thursday into our Friday. It looks to be a nice sunny day. And then as we get into the weekend, Saturday, it definitely looks to be the day in the morning where we could see some light clouds ahead of that cold front as it moves through. I'm not going to count out a quick splash of rain either, but it's a very small chance. We see that in the 7-day forecast. 50s and 60s the next 2 days, 70s for our weekend. We'll get back to the upper 70s on Monday. It does look like though we'll have more scattered shower and thunderstorm chances starting on Tuesday.
Remember to tune into WNEM TV5 on air and online 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and information.